To use something as a paperweight, just my bag of cleaning goods. Right, time to set the sucker up. Right, we'll just use what we used last time with a bit of an alteration. Some crude scribble outs, as long as it works. Okay, full colour. Alright, so I'm going to go, of course, copying a human body. We've got to basically, or anything three-dimensional, regular. Well, it's wise to do this. I mean, depends. Different manufacturers, it's confusing. So, but it's a good thing to do by default. Alright, we go to quality density. We'll leave it on the default setting, photo text, printed photo. Density will go -3. So, next one we've got to do, we've already set the colour. We're going to set this up for 4:1, so 4 images onto A3. Now, I'm sure I did set the paper size. I would like to check. Absent-minded bizhub professor. Tee-hee-hee. But we do have other settings to put together. But we'll do the 4:1 because it happens to be there. So again, we've got to find it in basic. I'm going to do just combine. So we go 4:1, 81. Check 4:1. Yep, okay. The next step is, oh no, somebody forget to set the paper size. The trace, you know, paper tray. So we'll just put that in as an extra note. We have to set the system up again. Someone just used it, so I don't think the interrupt button works on this particular setup, which is a real pain. We already had this density set to -3. I just thought I'd reiterate just in case I forgot. But we didn't set this thing, the background removal, so I thought I'd put that in. And I like to do things very accurately, but sometimes I do make a lot of mistakes as well, unfortunately. So we got that down. I might change my mind. I might run it as an 8-in-1 job tonight, just for something different. Well, I normally do it this way anyway. So there you go. I'll just run it as an 8-in-1 instead of 4-in-1. We've got the 4. We've made it 8-in-1. Now we're going to have to change things a little. Going into edit color. We're going to go and color adjust. So we've got the copy density done. So we're going to do something. So we're going to go again. We've got available here. We've got here saturation. Now because we're doing it smaller images, we might have to drop the satur down a bit. We have to make it maybe, hang on, +2, or maybe we might even consider, leaving the satur on +3. But one thing to do is that if we're using a smaller image, we'll just have to take the copy density and drop it down to the minimum. Now this again is not accurate. I like to use the front panel because it's got more range. This one only goes to, you know, again, it's confusing the way copiers are set up. This machine scares the living daylights out of the people who walk in here. You seem to be the only nutcase that wants to use it and finds it a very sexy device. So now we're going to make this one +4 light, or should we say -4 if we're talking dark. Confusing. Noted that. And we're going to just punch in the rest of this profile. So we might go back here. We're going to go again to add color. Again, I'm going to go sharpness. Now sharpness, again, I don't know whether I might just punch it up +3 and see if we've already got it written in. Now we've got to do is get into again, we've got to adjust the color balances now. So we might get into RGB. Sounds like a bit of argy-bargy, a bit like the world we live in, hey? Toner heads. So we've decided to +1 the red. And we're just going to go into CMYK. Or actually it's YMCK in this case. It's confusing, isn't it? Alright, so we've decided to set the yellow as we did yesterday. So we go, these are stupid fractional settings. Why do they put them in thirds? This is an old generation of bizhub. I heard this new generation, like the C754, which got released last spring in Australia, is indeed exciting product. Better than this. And well, put it this way, it's it's going to make this look like a heap, I think, without actually dimming it myself, without even trying it. But anyway, enough chatter. We're going to just set the colour up. So 2 2/3. So we use this fractional button here, 2/3, and it's yellow. And magenta, we're going to do magenta as, again, 2 2/3. So go 1 2, and then we go fractional button 1 2, and we go cyan. Cyan will be full blast, +3, and K will just be a smidge. We're not stripping the K this time, we're just going to add a little bit of K. So K will be minus, okay, -2, and I'll put it down as 1/3. So we're just going to drop 1/3, just got 2/3 of black, very low setting. So again, see how it goes. But this thing don't come with a preview screen. The C754 and the other machines in the series are very efficient. So Konica Minolta have really raised the game, and I reckon they're the ones that are going to really triumph for a while. So think Konica Minolta if you're thinking OEMs, but again, you won't find a job in Konica Minolta. But they're the most exciting company available now. So there you go. That looks like we've set the profile. This is my little buddy. Very sexy indeed, eh? Well, I think it is. No one else around here thinks it is. Oh well, let's have a bit of fun with this sucker. So get ready to rumble and watch it rip. But it doesn't have a rip. It probably would be better if it had a rip. Anyway, time to rumble. So, would you like to get bent over one of these, mates? Fun. With my partner Luigi, the best fun in this world. Oh dear, he's flashed a bit, eh? I think this thing likes me. Sure friendlier than the human race at the moment. Is it Luigi? And you tiny heads need partners too soon. Join the bizhub dance, eh? I stand in for Luigi fully. It's called paraphilia, replacement for human contact, especially sexual contact. And when it's a bizarre love triangle, when it's man, woman and machine, the best part is the right, how many copies? We've done 8, we've got output. So we've got to take it to the output stage, and I've got to switch this off for now. This active paraphilia. Nothing to be ashamed of, guys. Fetish and paraphilia, that's just tone ahead default. It's like a unifying force. People in this outside world don't like it. They don't recognise it. They call it a disorder. Don't call it a disorder. It's just a way of knowing who's your friend and who's not, who's your lover, who's your hater, who's for the industry and who's for making better photocopiers, and who's just purely in it for the money and the selfish gain and the weekend. We don't need the weekend attitude. We just don't go night clubbing. We go bizhubbing or whatever other copier brand we like. So, oh dang! Just flew off the place is full of wind. I'm full of wind. Yes, nice images. For some reason the black, that little bit of black has just added too much heaviness. It's too much hotness to it too. Too magenta, I think. We'll just play around with the profile a bit. Very sexy though.